In Phantom Epoch, up to 4 players can work together to take on the 40-mission campaign. The 4 unique starting classes eventually give way to advanced classes with their own attributes and entirely new skills to fit your playstyle. You'll encounter over 20 unique adversaries across 3 planets as you seek to save the galaxy from an impending threat. During the course of your journey, you'll unlock hundreds of attachments and character upgrades to help you vanquish your foes. Every mission map is handcrafted, and missions can be replayed to hone your skills or to earn additional unlocks and in-game currency. The unique AP system ensures that players are never left with a wasted turn and allows you to quickly adjust your strategy to meet the ever-changing conditions of your current mission. You'll encounter the fierce and ferocious Gralix on the volcanic planet of Burkav. You'll visit the human world of Orbos, controlled by a mysterious man known only as the Divine Emperor. The cunning Slinks and Liprans will test your party's mettle as they adeptly navigate the towering forests of their small planetoid called Thespara. All the while, a mysterious and sinister enemy approaches. You have been chosen to follow in the footsteps of the Vanished. You must eliminate this threat and save the galaxy.
I'm really excited to talk to you about Phantom Epoch today. Phantom Epoch is a 1 to 4 player role-playing board game with a persistent campaign. It takes place in a galaxy where the only spacefaring species vanished without a trace millennia ago, and the remaining inhabitants of the galaxy are all warring over the technology that was left behind by the Vanished. The players are thrust into this world and told that there's some ominous threat coming that they need to defend the galaxy against. The details are all very vague at the start of the campaign, but as the players progress through the campaign, they'll gain the knowledge of what exactly this threat is, and they'll gain the skills and the equipment that they need to successfully defend against it. Given the science fiction theme of Phantom Epoch, it was really important to us that as you went from mission to mission, it actually felt like you were traveling the galaxy. So we opted not to use a tile system pretty early on, because at the end of the day, when you have a limited set of tiles that you're rearranging for each mission, eventually it's going to feel like you're on the same world or a couple of worlds, and they're just rearranged a little bit. So we used a 2 mission book system where the mission books are laid side by side, and they have very sturdy pages that make it feel like you're actually playing on a board. And in this way, we accomplish 2 things. First of all, it makes for a very quick setup time, but it also means that each and every mission can have a unique illustration, a unique layout, and it actually feels like you're on a different planet when you go from planet to planet as you go through the mission book. One of the pieces of feedback that we often receive from playtesters is how easy it is to set up and tear down Phantom Epoch. As somebody who has a toddler in limited space myself, that's been on the forefront of my mind while designing Phantom Epoch, is that it needed to be easy to get it to the table and to clean up as well, but at the same time not to sacrifice any of the depth of the game. And we feel like we've really struck a good balance with that, and our feedback in that regard has been very positive. And we have stretch goals that, if we reach, are going to make that set up and tear down even easier. As a first-time designer with Phantom Epoch, and with Otier Games being a first-time publisher, it was very important to us that we would be able to ease any concerns around that. So we wanted to make sure that we had a complete game in Phantom Epoch prior to going to Kickstarter. I myself have been burnt on projects that I've backed in the past, and I don't want people to have to worry about that with Phantom Epoch. So we have a complete game in Phantom Epoch. And now we're going to Kickstarter more for manufacturing, to be able to actually get Phantom Epoch into your hands, and really to expand upon the game that's already there, to make it even better. Our focus, of course, is on Phantom Epoch right now, but we also have big plans for the universe of Phantom Epoch. So if Phantom Epoch funds successfully, we're going to be able to do a lot more exciting things within that world. We have huge plans for the future that we're really excited about, and we think that you're going to be excited about too.